Brittany Griner was in a Russian prison. You would think that somebody who is now free, back in America on home soil, would not have too much to complain about. Fans in every sport. She described the fans.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what sport you are. It doesn't matter what sport you pick. So, and then when you, clearly she's not remembering who they let out to get her back.
The Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death.
I don't even watch women's sports.
It's boring, respectfully. Okay. If I watch women's, because they're not, like, when you watch men's basketball, like, they driving it to the hoop, they dunking, boom. It's all, like, so much energy.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I feel like it's just layups. It's just a bunch of layups.
Stephen A. Smith just set the internet on fire, claiming that Brittany Griner should be banned from the WNBA for good, and he didn't hold back for a second. In a fiery new chat on Valuetainment, Stephen came in swinging, calling out the league for playing favorites and keeping the public in the dark. He accused them of hiding real questions that fans have been whispering about for years, and it's got the whole sports world talking. He didn't just drop a quick hot take and bounce. Oh no, Stephen A. laid out his thoughts like he was building a legal case. He went step by step saying the WNBA already knows the truth behind the scenes but refuses to come clean. He claimed they're more focused on protecting Brittany than protecting fairness in the game. Now, with online chatter exploding from TikTok clips to shady medical rumors and fan-made analysis, this story is way too big for the league to just ignore anymore. Fans online are losing it, saying if even half these claims turn out real, the WNBA could face a full-on meltdown of its reputation. Stephen A. didn't mince words. He said, this isn't just about Brittany anymore, it's about the league's future. He warned that protecting one player at all costs could destroy the trust that keeps fans watching. And then he dropped his first major reason for wanting a suspension, the one that had everyone's jaws hitting the floor. According to Stephen, if there's any truth behind what people are speculating online about her past, then the question of fairness becomes impossible to ignore. Because let's keep it real, her physical presence on the court has always stood out. We're talking about someone with unmatched height, wingspan, and power that leaves defenders struggling to keep up. Some fans online have pointed out how she dominates in ways that feel closer to the NBA than the WNBA, and they've been saying it for years. You see it in the clips all over social media. Brittany's dunking with ease, blocking shots like it's practice, and bulldozing through defenders who barely stand a chance. And it's not just about highlight moments either. We're talking full games where she makes elite players look outmatched. That's why this conversation keeps resurfacing. Fans are asking tough questions, and the league keeps acting like if they stay quiet long enough, the noise will die down. But it's not dying down. It's getting louder. And here's where things get deeper. If the WNBA really is letting certain players get special treatment because they bring in views or headlines, what does that say about the league's credibility? Fairness can't exist if one person gets a free pass while everyone else has to play by the rules. Fans are starting to feel like the competition isn't equal anymore. That maybe, just maybe, the business side of the sport is running the show instead of integrity. Stephen A. pointed out something that hit hard. This isn't just about stats or trophies, it's about safety too. If players with such major physical advantages are allowed to dominate unchecked, it can put others at risk. One bad block or hard collision could seriously hurt somebody, especially in a league that's supposed to protect its athletes equally. And the craziest part, refs seem to treat her completely differently, giving her room to play more physical while everyone else gets called for fouls over nothing. That's exactly why Stephen said what he said. This doesn't look like favoritism anymore. It looks like a full-blown cover-up. Fans have receipts too. Clips have been circulating for years, showing her going full throttle in the paint, crashing into players like it's a contact sport. And the refs, silent. Meanwhile, other athletes get whistled for barely touching someone. It's become so obvious that people are asking if there are two rule books.
Finds Griner for the dunk, and that's what the sellout crowd was waiting for.
So I got finding Griner, slam, dunk.
As Griner comes up with a steal and maybe a little showtime.
One for stars and one for everyone else. And now, with rumors mixing into the conversation, the tension is through the roof. Because if the league's silence keeps feeding speculation, it starts looking like they're risking their own reputation just to keep one player untouchable. That's dangerous territory. Fans who feel lied to don't just complain, they walk away. And once people think your product isn't real competition anymore, it's almost impossible to win that trust back. Stephen A. made it clear. This is about trust. The WNBA can't afford to lose it. Every day they dodge questions, the internet keeps digging deeper. Threads, podcasts, and YouTube channels are dissecting every clip, every old interview, every rumor, and the silence from the league is making it worse. The more they refuse to speak, the more people believe they're hiding something. Online debates are going wild right now. People are split. Some defend Brittany, saying she's being unfairly targeted, while others think the WNBA is protecting her at all costs. Podcasts are blowing up with titles like, "Is the WNBA still fair?" and "The Griner question nobody wants to answer." One viral clip even showed two hosts saying they're done watching until the league clears things up once and for all. That's how serious this has gotten. Because when your most loyal viewers start saying, "We're out," that's not just bad PR. That's a major crisis. Sponsors get nervous, ratings dip, and even players start losing confidence in the system. Once fans believe a league is picking sides, everything, from the court to the contracts, starts to crumble. Stephen's whole point was that if the WNBA doesn't deal with this soon, they're putting their entire future at risk. Because fairness isn't optional. It's the foundation of every sport. The longer they act like nothing's wrong, the worse it looks. Fans can forgive a mistake, but they won't forgive being played. At the end of the day, Stephen A. wasn't just stirring up drama, he was calling for transparency. He said the league has to protect all its athletes equally, not just the ones who bring in headlines. The longer this controversy brews, the more it chips away at the league's integrity. And once people lose faith in the game itself, no amount of highlight reels or star power can fix that. The internet's already in a frenzy, and it doesn't look like this storm's dying down anytime soon. Think about this for a second. Players have lost entire contracts over something as small as a bad tweet, slightly elevated testosterone levels, or minor off-court drama. Angel Reese is the latest example. Her name's everywhere right now because reports say she might be facing suspension, and the league hasn't wasted a single breath letting that rumor fly. There's even a viral TikTok breaking down how quick they are to come for Reese, while Brittany Griner keeps getting a free pass every single time. It's wild. The contrast is honestly hard to ignore. No suspension for Griner's past arrest, no public info about any testing, and not one official comment about those supposed leaks. Fans aren't blind. They see it, and to them, it screams favoritism. When a league claims to stand for fairness but keeps moving the goalposts for one player, it's not just a bad look. It feels like a direct slap to every woman out there hustling under the same rules. And what's making this mess even louder? Griner's silence. Weeks have flown by. Those leaked documents are still circulating everywhere, and she hasn't said a word. No statement, no denial, no demand for the league to clear her name. Just total quiet. Every day she stays silent, people start wondering why. The more she says nothing, the more fans start thinking maybe that silence is the answer. Now the speculation isn't fading. It's growing by the hour. TikTok, Reddit, even X, formerly Twitter, are filled with people asking one blunt question. If there's nothing to hide, why not just clear it up? The longer this drags on, the more people assume the worst. Every quiet day feels like confirmation. And while the league dodges, the sponsors keeping the WNBA's lights on are already getting nervous. Here's the cold truth. Brands hate controversy. They'll cheer you on while you're trending for the right reasons. But the second your name turns messy, they run faster than anyone. And guess what? That's exactly what's happening behind the scenes. Some sponsors are quietly backing out, canceling campaigns, and pulling WNBA ads just to stay away from the drama. Fans might not see it in headlines yet, but insiders say big deals are already drying up fast. And when that money goes, the damage hits deep. Less sponsor money means smaller team budgets, smaller player checks, and less promotion across the board. The WNBA can't survive on ticket sales alone. Everybody knows that. That's why people online are already asking how fragile the league's finances really are. One viral TikTok even joked that without major brands like Skims stepping in, the whole operation might have folded already. It's not just about money though, it's about credibility. The comparisons with other sports make it worse. The NBA, NFL, even international soccer, they all have systems for dealing with major scandals. They investigate, release statements, and take action within days. Meanwhile, the WNBA's been sitting silent, acting like ignoring the problem will make it vanish. It makes the whole thing look like they're protecting one person over the entire league's future. And that's the kind of double standard fans never forgive. Because when people see one athlete getting dragged for something minor while another gets protected at all costs, they lose faith in the system. They start believing the league isn't about fairness, it's about favoritism. Even global sports groups don't play when it comes to transparency. The Olympics, FIFA, and NCAA have strict public rules about eligibility, testing, and documentation. No confusion, no silence, just facts. If you meet the standards, you compete. If not, you sit, period. But the WNBA, dead quiet. No clear statement, no public update, and no policy explanation. And fans can't help but wonder, is the league trying to rewrite the rulebook for one star player? Because that's exactly how it looks. And here's where things start to get really dangerous. This silence isn't just frustrating fans anymore, it's causing tension inside the league. Word is, even some players are growing fed up. Behind the scenes, whispers are spreading that a few athletes are ready to speak up or even sit out if the league doesn't finally come clean. For veteran players, it's not just about competition, it's about respect and legacy. They've worked their whole careers to build the league, and now they feel like all that hard work's being dragged into a mess they didn't create. Younger players aren't feeling safe either. Nobody wants their career tied to controversy this big, not when it could stain their reputation before they even hit their stride. There's this quiet tension building in locker rooms, and insiders are saying it's real. If even one major star decides to take a stand and sit out, that could trigger a chain reaction the league won't be ready for. And let's not forget, WNBA players have done this before. Remember the time they walked out over pay disputes and nearly shook the entire organization? Now imagine that same unity, but fueled by frustration, this time aimed at Brittany Griner and how the league's been shielding her. If that happens, it's not just another bad headline. It's a full-blown player revolt waiting to happen. The league's silence is creating its own storm, one that could spin out of control fast. But a possible player walkout is just one part of this ticking time bomb. Because even if every single athlete stays on the court, the lawyers might end the WNBA before the players ever get the chance to, if those leaked documents ever get proven real. And it turns out the league knew about them but stayed quiet, it would be total chaos. We're talking lawsuits left, right, and center. Players could sue for lost bonuses, damaged reputations, and even stolen career milestones. Sponsors could demand paybacks on multi-million-dollar endorsements. And fans, they could hit the league with class action lawsuits for false advertising, saying they paid to watch a fair women's competition but got something totally different instead. And here's the scary part. Just one of those lawsuits could wipe out millions. Stack them all together, and the league could go broke before it even figures out how to clean up the mess. That's not gossip. That's a survival crisis in the making. But even that might not be the most dangerous piece of this whole puzzle. The real threat could be what happens to the league's brightest light, Caitlin Clark. She's the golden ticket right now. The reason ratings are spiking, the reason sponsors are investing, and the main face pulling new fans in. But every single Brittany Griner headline drags attention away from her shine. And that's a major problem for a league barely holding its ground. Caitlin Clark's success is what's keeping the WNBA's image alive. But insiders are whispering that she's starting to notice how heavy this drama is getting. Networks and brands see her as the future, the new era, the clean slate the league desperately needs. But if the WNBA keeps clinging to controversy, there's a real chance Caitlin might start questioning if this league is even worth her energy. And let's be real, if Caitlin Clark ever decides to walk away, she won't be walking alone. Fans, sponsors, and broadcast deals will follow her right out the door. And when that happens, the league's entire foundation collapses with her. That's how high the stakes are right now. We're not just talking about one player or one scandal anymore. We're talking about the possible end of an entire era. Because make no mistake, this situation has gone way beyond Brittany Griner. If fans lose faith in the fairness of women's basketball, it won't just hurt one player, it could destroy decades of progress overnight. Imagine the fallout. Every record, every championship, every highlight getting side-eyed by fans who think it's all tainted. The next generation of players won't get the recognition they deserve, and the sponsors who once backed the dream will quietly pack up and move to safer spaces. And that's exactly what's got Stephen A. Smith sounding the alarm so loud. He's saying this isn't about punishing one person, it's about saving the league before it completely implodes. The WNBA is standing at a brutal crossroads right now. Protect the star who brings in attention, or protect the league's credibility before it disappears. Because if they keep bending the rules and ignoring the smoke, the next scandal won't just sting, it'll burn the whole house down. Here's the harsh truth. Once the public believes a league protects favorites instead of fairness, that trust never comes back. Fans might forgive a mistake, but they never forgive a cover-up. And the longer this silence drags on, the more people start believing the worst. Stephen A. even hinted that he's got receipts, documents, and info that could allegedly blow this whole thing wide open. If he's serious, and those receipts ever drop, this won't just end with Brittany Griner getting benched. It could end with the WNBA itself not even making it to the next season. That's how explosive this situation has become. So now the question isn't just about one athlete anymore, it's about the soul of the entire league. Is the WNBA trying to protect the future of women's basketball, or is it quietly digging its own grave while pretending everything's fine? The silence is deafening, the stakes are sky high, and every day that passes feels like the countdown to something big. What do you think? Is the league saving its legacy or setting itself up for collapse? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, and share this video with someone who's been following the madness. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because trust me, the next twist in this story could be the one that changes women's basketball forever.